I did do everything that I was told to do and did the best I could to, balance jobs and showing up. I'm sorry.
It's not just as regular folk who get in trouble sometimes. Celebrities have been known to ignore the law once or twice too. Welcome to the Fact Corner, and here are 10 celebrities who have been to prison and the reasons they ended up behind bars. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell for more content. Number 1. Tim Allen. On October 2nd in 1978, Allen was arrested in the Kalamazoo Battle Creek International Airport for possession of over 650 grams of cocaine. He subsequently pleaded guilty to felony drug trafficking charges and provided the names of other dealers in exchange for a sentence of 3 to 7 years rather than a possible life imprisonment. He was paroled on June 12, 1981 after serving 2 years and 4 months in Federal Correction Institution, Sandstone in Sandstone, Minnesota. In 1997, Allen was arrested for DUI in Birmingham, Michigan. At the time, his blood alcohol content was 0.15, nearly double the legal limit in Michigan. He was sentenced to 1 year probation. He entered a rehabilitation clinic for alcohol abuse as part of his court obligation. Michelle Rodriguez. In November 2003, Rodriguez went to court to face 8 misdemeanor charges based on 2 driving incidents, including a hit and run and driving under the influence. In June 2004, Rodriguez pleaded no contest in Los Angeles to 3 of the charges: hit and run, drunken driving, and driving with a suspended license. She went to jail for 48 hours, performed community service at the morgues of 2 New York hospitals, completed a 3-month alcohol program, and was placed on probation for 3 years. In 2005, while filming Lost in Hawaii, Rodriguez was pulled over by Honolulu police multiple times for speeding violations, and on December 1st was arrested for DUI. In April 2006, she pleaded guilty to 1 charge of driving under the influence and chose to pay a $500 fine and spend 5 days in jail. She cited her high doses of allergy-relieving steroids as part for the reason for her erratic behavior. Because the incident was a violation of her Los Angeles probation, she was sentenced to 60 days in jail, a 30-day alcohol rehabilitation program, and another 30 days of community service, including work for Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Because of overcrowding, she was released from jail on the same day she entered. In September 2007, Rodriguez allegedly violated her probation by neither completing her community service nor following an alcohol education program. Her lawyer claimed it was a clerical error. On October 10, 2007, following a hearing, she was sentenced to 180 days jail time after agreeing to admit to violating her probation. She was expected to spend a full 180-day term in jail but was released 18 days later due to overcrowding. In January 2009, Rodriguez completed her community service. 50 Cent. On June 29, 1994, Curtis James Jackson, which is 50 Cent's real name, was arrested for selling 4 vials of cocaine to an undercover police officer. He was arrested again 3 weeks later when police searched his home and found heroin, 10 ounces of crack cocaine, and a Starter's pistol. Although Jackson was sentenced to 3 to 9 years in prison, he served 6 months in a boot camp where he earned his high school equivalency diploma. According to him, he did not use cocaine. Jackson and 4 members of his entourage were arrested shortly before 2 a.m. on December 31, 2002, when police found a .25 caliber handgun and a .45 caliber pistol in a parked car which they searched due to its tinted windows, outside a Manhattan nightclub. The rapper was charged with 2 counts of criminal possession of a weapon. Jackson was sentenced to 2 years probation on July 22 in 2005 for a May 2004 incident, when he was charged with 3 counts of assault and battery after jumping into an audience when he was hit by a water bottle. Is she in court? Is she in prison? Is she in rehab? It's hard to pin her down. Lindsay Lohan is undoubtedly more famous these days for her multiple arrests than she is for her acting. The actress was first arrested in 2007 on charges of driving under the influence and possessing cocaine in a misdemeanor hit and run. CNN has a full timeline of a decade of probation violations and grand theft that includes at least 5 different rehab facilities, 35 days of home confinement, 67 days of community service, 19 days in court, and 6 trips to jail. Last time she had problems problems with the law was in November 2012 when Lohan popped outside Club Avenue in downtown Manhattan after she allegedly punched a woman in the face. Number 5. Paris Hilton. It all started with a DUI arrest in 2006, as reported by People magazine. After disregarding the license suspension, Paris Hilton spent half of her 45-day sentence at Linwood Detention Facility before getting released for good behavior. Even in a tricky situation, The Guardian reports that Paris had 5,000 fan letters to keep her company. Number 6. Donald Trump Jr. Donald Trump Jr. was arrested on the charge of public drunkenness during Mardi Gras in 2001. He spent 11 hours in a Louisiana jail, according to the New York Times. Paul McCartney. After signing an affidavit stating he no longer used drugs in order to get his travel visa, this Beatle faced up to 8 years in jail when a bag of marijuana was found in his luggage at an airport in Tokyo, according to People magazine. He was released by authorities on his 9th day. Also on November 29, 1960, he set a fire in the dingy room where he'd been staying in Hamburg. McCartney and his then fellow Beatle, Pete Best, were arrested for arson, held overnight, and then deported to England. Lil Kim. Juwanna Mann actress and Grammy winner rapper Lil Kim spent about a year in prison after being convicted on conspiracy and perjury. She lied to a grand jury while testifying on behalf of her friend and manager, Damian Butler, over gun charges stemming from a shootout in front of a popular radio station. Video evidence showed Butler opening the door for Kim, who claimed not to have seen him on the day in question. Number 9. Robert Downey Jr. In 1996, Robert Downey Jr. was pulled over for speeding in Malibu, according to The Hollywood Reporter. He was arrested on charges of driving under the influence and for having heroin, cocaine, crack, and .357 Magnum in his car, as reported at the time by the LA Times. After county jail and rehab, he was sentenced to federal prison for skipping probation. In 2015, he was pardoned and given his right to vote back, according to The Guardian. Number 10. Mike Tyson. Tyson was arrested in July 1991 for the rape of 18-year-old Desire Washington, Miss Black Rhode Island, in an Indianapolis hotel room. Tyson's rape trial took place in the Marion County Superior Court from January 26 to February 10 in 1992. Under lead defense lawyer Vincent J. Fuller's direct examination, Tyson claimed that everything had taken place with Washington's full cooperation, and he claimed not to have forced him upon her. When he was cross-examined by lead prosecutor Gregory Garrison, Tyson denied claims that he had misled Washington and insisted that she wanted to have sex with him. Tyson was convicted on the rape charge on February 10 in 1992 after the jury deliberated for nearly 10 hours. On March 26 in 1992, Tyson was sentenced to 6 years in prison along with 4 years of probation. Despite being 25 years old at the time of the crime, he was assigned to the Indiana Youth Center in April 1992, and he was released in March 1995 after serving less than 3 years of his 6-year sentence. During his incarceration, Mike Tyson converted to Islam and adopted the Muslim name Malik Abdul Aziz. Other sources reported this name as Malik Shabazz. Due to his conviction, Tyson was required to register as a Tier 2 sex offender under federal law. These are just some of the celebrities who have had some legal issues. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe to the Fact Corner for more content. Thank you for watching.